Mr. Wuru, he was just everybody. And what he's doing, right now he has drawn power up to 8 directors for re-establishment. He's saving the month of March 19 for the Asset Management Division to go and serve as a director for HR office. And a demotion, where I have been, send the other money, come to work the theater and go the theater as a therapist. Just today, 19 just went to Asset Management as a director. Today, the 30th of July, he just started me again to HR office or re-establish what have I done? When the public tell me, what have I done? I tell the government diligently, what have I done?
Is that political reason on a day?
I'll tell you the reason. I've got documents to attest to what I'm saying. He said before he and Mr. Wuru were not on fire. Said he was trained by all directors. I told you instruction from Mr. Wuru. That's what he's doing.
Prior
He
to
has been transferred almost 10 directors on re-establishment.
prior to your reassignment to two different positions, are you are you disappointed in his action? Are you disappointed in his
I'm pretty sure myself. Going to my car, stay without receiving money for the train. I thought the for check my record. I finish one day before I pop one woman. Why am I teacher this way? Why? Teacher this way. You tell me for management. As a director, a lower position.
Fair agree and that report they should have directed their anger towards the civil service agency. Instead, they came to the Ministry of Labor and closed the door. When in fact we have not received this kind of exercise, the report will come to the ministry. We will look at it and we'll be very, we're not going to take side with anybody. We will look at the report, those whose name will appear on the report. I think it will be on an obligation on our part to talk to them, to find out whether the information for civil service is correct. We will have to talk to all of them before any action is taken. Why it's true that as a ministry we cannot reverse or set aside the funding for the civil service agency, but we will be particular to make sure that whatever information that is provided are supported by some evidence and things like that. We're not going to just jump and just dismiss anybody. And since we took over this ministry almost 7 months now, our only place, except for those 5 gentlemen who impersonated and went to Babylon that were dismissed, we have not dismissed anybody for any of the offices yet. Law and order. For example, those who heard whether their name was on the list, I think they should wait to see what action we will take. We are human beings like everybody. We are concerned about our workers. We are under obligation to also defend our workers. So if we have this report, we'll look through the report. Whatever that needs to be done, it will be done in an orderly manner. We will review the report. Those whose name will be mentioned, I think we will have a right for us to talk to them. Those who maybe there are some missing information that may not have been available to the civil service agency, if they make it available, we will engage civil service to say, okay, look, this person was either doing jury service at the Temple of Justice, or this person was on leave when you did the exercise, or this person was, was sick at the time. Those are possibilities. Those are available to all of our workers. But I just want to encourage them that we have to be a law-abiding workers.
Have to go there so we can maintain some level of respect. I did not want to state this on the microphone.
Of freedom. Some are dead and some are living. Those that are dead are still fighting. Those that are living are still fighting. Shaka Zulu, African soldier. Listen, let's say African soldier. Zambia. Actress the Mumbai African soldier. My God, got be African soldier. African soldier, show your power. Show your power and free your people now. Your people. Now, from economic from political yabis, Africa, from
it's yet another day, another time, another opportunity. As the good book rightly said in Psalms chapter 24, verse 4. He who has clean hands and a pure heart, who have not lifted up his soul to vanity, not sown deceitfully, we shall receive the blessing of the Lord. Thursday edition of the program, The Positive Show, where we gave you the opportunity equally to discuss issues of national concern. Too many things happen in our country, and we need to talk about these things, holding our fight at constant, that your constitutional rights must be preserved and upheld. That's why you have the freedom of expression, several acts repealing libel and slander. So Liberians have the opportunity to speak out on how they feel. But guess what? That comes with responsibility. You must be responsible in your utterances so that you be on the right side of the law. So when you are questioned for your outbursts or your thoughts on issues of national concern, the law will stand on your side because it is constitutional that everyone have the freedom of expression. My name is Rufus Divine Connor. This morning, the Positive Show going to look at several issues ranging from yesterday's protest at the Labor Ministry, instruction given by the CSA boss to MCC to pull down 9 employees, and the mass dismissal of several Liberians across the country in various ministries and agencies under the orders of the Civil Service Agency BUS. What is happening? Too many things to talk about. The sea erosion continuously making lots of Liberians homeless. And that of the flooding situation across the country these few days, I've been told that is 7 days we're here. We just go on 5 days. So, however, the disaster management boss said the government won't relocate any swamp dwellers. It is their sole responsibility to relocate themselves. These and many more, we're going to be bringing you as usual the flight schedules, the traffic update, and touching bases on these things that matters to the growth and development of our beloved country, Mama Liberia. Your team members are unable to be here this morning. Always capable and available to do what I'm called to do and doing it to the best of my ability regardless. I'm here to fit in, and together we believe that we can discuss these issues because this platform creates an enabling environment to elevate the discourse in a civil manner, not creating a bottleneck where you be sanctioned. We do not hold any allegiance to a political party. We give equal opportunity to all Liberians, regardless of your political beliefs and ideologies, religious belief. Everyone have equal opportunity. But as journalists, as a responsible media institution, we are clothed with the responsibility to safeguard the airwaves, prevent folks from using invectives and those things that are not meant for the hearing of the folk. We uphold and defend the morals of our society. It is our sole responsibility as a responsible journalist and a responsible media institution. So be there, I'm here, a batch of our theme song. When we come back, we roll out commercials, bring you the flash surges, and the traffic update. Then we get into our discussion this morning. The name of the CSA bus is so sweet and it's all over the place. Is it for the right reason or is it for the wrong reason? Liberians gonna speak out on these issues. What wasn't right yesterday shouldn't be right today. And what was right yesterday should also be right today. Should we say that? But Liberia is our common denominator. In union, strong success is shown. With God above our rights to prove, we over all prevail. With hearts and hands, our country cause defending. We meet the foe with valor unpretending. This is the Positive Show on Love Radio 105.1, and we're live on the internet, Love TV Live. Like and share our page, and of course, you get us on our online radio, loveradioonline.com.
Show your power. Show your power. Be your people now. From a assist the people. From political nonsense. We used to your people. From rubbish. Assist the people now. From political elites. Assist the people. From economic struggle.
Ladies and gentlemen, your famous Yuka Rental Services have bounced back with renewed vigor. Yuka Rental Services offers round-town services as well as out-of-town services with our fully air-conditioned vehicles. Yuka Rental Services have the best drivers in town that can take you anywhere you desire in a relaxed manner. We also have in our fleets several limousines under the Shatta Limousine Services. Our services are good and our prices are affordable. We are located on 10th Street in Cinco in the Technology Building on the land side. For reservation, call these numbers 0880 692184 or 0770 560560. When it is Yuka Rental Services, it got to be good, reliable, and relaxing.
My testimony. The way things going, it looking like 2024 are so enjoyment. Lusa said MTN Jack gave it, yeah. The people can't get tired. Momo Wese was at La Pro. Biggest giveaway is back. And this time they reward 2-plated jelly ring. I said, just to my nearest, let me tell you all the prizes you can win. Keke, motor power wheeling, helmet, everything, brand new smartphone, smart TV, generator, bags of rice, and a last one over a 4 more. A brand new 2-bedroom house. Wow. The only thing that people say you must do to win, just that star 156 hash and use your Momo to buy airtime and data, send money to friends and family people, pay your bills, pay for small things like gas, food stuff, or any other thing. Then you will get points. With your points, you can enter the weekly draw and also use it to get data or calls. That's what everybody can win. No pick and choose, yeah?
Yes, Momo Western WhatsApp show is back. Dial star 156 hash to transact and earn points on every Momo transaction and redeem them for airtime, data, or cash. Each transaction enters you into the weekly draw for amazing prizes where you can win keke, generators, smartphones, cash prizes, and the grand prize of a brand new 2-bedroom house. So quickly dial star 156 hash to transact and win now.
Oh yes, after that commercial commitment, Lone Star Cell is always there, and we'll be there until the end of age, of course, providing us those great services in our communication world, where they provide us equal opportunity for us to communicate with our family, friends, and loved ones without stress. Okay, Lone Star Cell is the best GSM companies, no doubt about it. So you can actually subscribe with the no time expiring spree right now. $5 you get unexpired data until you can wear it out, like we used to do, where in you pull your data, you're thinking about, oh, the expiring date. No, as soon as you punch in your star 500 hash for the $5, the instructions and all those stuff will be there. You can get yourself how they call it, And then I come with your discussion. You can get for yourself those positive that how you term it as what's the title they got for it? No time expired data. Your kids can use it, you yourself can use it. So that's how we're gonna be doing this. And I've subscribed to it. I had in here the other day, and we had to talk about it on Monday. We talked about it, and it was wonderful. Immediately, I did my stuff. I still using my data. I get ready, I call it off. And I'm thinking about, oh, now the TDD. No, all I got to do is to work within the time or the data that I do have on my phone. All right. So you can do so. I have done it. You can also do it. So I've been joined by my colleague Pamfumba. Yes, the man was out there on an engagement, so he had to run in late. But however, Fan is here in between time when we are done with other formalities. We will be bringing Fan on live to join the conversation. Too many things to talk about. Like we said, the CSA bus name is all in the media. Is it there for the right reason? Is he proceeding on the right footing, or is because folks are now terming his action as a witch hunt, and now people digging out a lot of things about him as it relates to when he was in the previous government, post that he made, and now we saw a letter by one of those who were relieved from the job at the Monroeville City Corporation, one boy Kwekwe. He posted his relief letter, his dismissal letter, and that in itself, we will be delving into it seriously, wanting to know as to whether the CSA boss is treading on the right path or not. Liberians will be the judge. We are not the judges. We are there to unearth these things and allow you to weigh in as it relates to the discussion. All right. So let's quickly bring you our flash schedules today. Today is the 15th of August. The flash schedules for today at the Rivers International Airport. We begin with arrivals. We begin with arrivals. Air Cote d'Ivoire, flight HF729 will arrive at the Rivers International Airport this afternoon at 2:20 from Abidjan. Kenya Airways, flight KQ508 will arrive at the Rivers International Airport at 5:40 p.m. from Accra, Ghana. And lastly, for arrivals, Aska Airline KP20 will arrive at the Rivers International Airport at 5:50 p.m. as scheduled from Accra, Ghana. So let's quickly take you through the departures from the Rivers International Airport. Hope our internet can serve us right quickly. Departures from the Rivers International Airport today. We have Air Cote d'Ivoire. Air Cote d'Ivoire will depart the Rivers International Airport at 3 p.m. for Conakry, Guinea. Of course, the flight is HF729. And lastly, for departures from the Rivers International Airport, Kenya Airways flight KQ509 will depart the Rivers International Airport for Accra, Ghana at 6:40 this evening. So this is how we do it right here. This segment of the show is intended to inform our people on the arrivals and departures from the Rivers International Airport. It is good that we provide you this information because most of our friends sometimes do forget about their own flights, their flight schedules, and your family member told you that, oh, I will be coming to the country this so date. You may have forgotten, but when you listen to Love FM, the positive show, you will get reminded that indeed, hey, my cousin told me she was coming on Aska Airline. My brother or my fiancé told me you're coming on Brazos. or Brussels, when is Brussels flight coming? It's coming on this date. It's coming on that day. It will be departing on the other day. So that's the importance of the flight schedule segment on this program. Let's rumble through the traffic congestion and the hotspots, as well as giving you the opportunity for detours across the country. Specifically, our focus is in the Montserrat County and its suburbs. All right, so let's go straightly for those of you on the Rivers International Airport Highway. You do not experience much of what we call traffic these days, because the road is being paved and construction is ongoing, so not much of traffic like we used to experience around the Tinker Village area. No, Tinker Village is so paved, and people are enjoying the road, and drivers are taking advantage of the smoothness of the road. We want to emphatically state, please, your life is very important. The life of each and every Liberian is very important. If we will sit there and allow ourselves to enjoy the speed that we are using on our vehicle to get to that destination, we may crash, and it won't be healthy for us, because a single Liberian life is very important. One more about several individuals in a vehicle heading to where, and then we have this kind of casualty. We do not want to experience casualty in that form and manner. So we are appealing to you drivers, as it is raining and even not raining, please take your time while you drive on that paved road. Do not allow yourself to be carried away by the wideness of the road or the narrowness of the road. No, take precaution. All right, so we take you up for the right to play area right by the sports complex. At that junction, you have two options to make. You either use by way of the Michael Pakla Francis Road, that's the Peloton Road, are going to take you for the Congo Town back road, or you use by way of the SD Cooper route, they're going to take you to SD Cooper Junction. Head on, you are on the Tottenham Boulevard. And if you are using the Michael Pakla Francis Road, Congo Town back road, you're going to buck up to the intersection there at the 540 areas there. So to avoid the toughness in the traffic, for those of you around there, you do not need to use by way of the ERW Junction. No, you do not even need to use by way of the SD Cooper Junction. No, all you need to do, use by way of the Congo Town back road, are going to take you directly to the 540. Because what am I saying this? If you get towards the SD Cooper Junction, that means you're going to be in the traffic from the SD Cooper Junction. You're going to go through the Boulevard Junction traffic, and now head as far as the 540. So to eventually get yourself to the 540 junction, you use that route. For those of you coming from the Rivers International Airport Highway. Now, let's take you for the Painesville area. Painesville, those of you that are coming from the Kakata Highway, the Monrovia Kakata Highway, when you get to Pakopin, all you need to do, if you are going towards Bourgeois Island, there is no need of you using this Japanese freeway, accessing red light to go through the Japanese freeway before you bend towards Freeport, all the thing that wastes your time. All you need to do, just drive through the pipeline. Pipeline going to take you off for Johnsonville. Johnsonville going to lead you through Bartonsville. Bartonsville lead you through Dixville. Dixville take you to Caldwell. Very easy. Then you have access to those areas, the Loking Town and all the suburbs there. Very easy. No need of you stressing yourself to do all those formalities and using the main route. No. That is a very short route for you. And those of you coming from that side, you can use the same route. If you are going towards Kakata, no need of you using all the places there. You just drive through. When you get to Johnsonville, you use that route that goes through the Mount Barclay area. Head on, you on the Fender Road, and you are headed to Kakata, whatever. So that's why we always call on the government to create an enabling environment for road connectivity. It eases the stress. Farm to market roads are very important as well. So in the city center, that we have all of these little detours, it will help to ease the tension in the traffic. But most importantly, get to know how the traffic is in the country. The traffic All road leads towards Central Town in the morning hours and back in the afternoon hours to those destinations. But if you do not want to sit in the traffic for a longer period of time, all you need to do, prepare yourself as soon as day breaks, 5:30, get on the road, or at most 6 o'clock. Like this morning, I got on the road. It was 6:20, 6:45. I was already at my office on 10th Street. I did not experience anything like hitches in traffic or traffic congestion. No. So you see how easy it is to bypass the traffic, get up early. You need to make a sacrifice to enjoy your drive or to enjoy going to that place in time. If you have an interview for 7 o'clock, then you want to wake up at 6:30, you will be late because, mind you, you do not, if even you have your own car, there will be traffic congestion along the way. So these are all important tips that we gave you so that you understand how to go about your movement in the city center. For those of you in the Bourgeois Island area, it becomes so difficult for you nowadays because the road congestion is so terrible. The condition of the road is so terrible. So at that, the rain continue to fall, the area is flooded. So most of you who are not used to that route, even those of you who are used to the route, your car is at brakes because you may bump into a pop hole that is so terrible because the water covers all of those holes, so you don't know. Unlike when it's dry, you get to dodge them. So from the St. Paul Bridge as far as the Gabriel Tucker Bridge, there's no easy route. So for those of you who are from the Somalia Drive area or the Japanese Freeway area, when you get to what we call the Jamaica Road End, you cross the bridge, drive a little bit like you're going towards Simeco. There's a route there that leads to the Doe Community area. You can access Doe Community, and Doe Community are going to take you as far as Claratown, and you back off from Claratown, head on to Vartown to ease the stress in the long queue along the Freeport to the LPRC corridors. That area is on construction, but guess what? The rain has fallen, and then the place is flooded. So all construction works are on hold. So they have a detour. If you're using the main route, they have a detour when you are coming. As soon as you get to the Freeport end, you have to get on the opposite lane. The opposite lane is not healthy because other cars are coming from the other end. So you have that toughness in the traffic, and vehicles are breaking down because of the water and all the stuff like that. So please, these are all things that we want to bring to your attention. Tubman Boulevard is a hot spot as always. From the Boulevard Junction as far as Vamuma, you won't have that freeness in the traffic from 8 to at most 9-10 o'clock in the morning. It becomes so unbearable and the traffic gets so congested. All right, so know that today. And in the afternoon hours from 3 onward to 7, 8, sometimes it go as far as 9 o'clock where we experience the traffic congestion. So those are all things that we thought to bring to your attention. We get this brief out. When we come back, I'll usher in my co-pilot this morning. You know, I take the lead because he has some basic schedules to attend to. So I'll take the lead this morning and he become a co-pilot on the man own show. The man own schedule, he become a co-pilot this morning. But that's a teamwork. That's why we say here at Love FM, a teamwork supportive. When the others are not available, those that are available fit in. So that's what we do here, the love for the job that we do. So let's get our commercial commitment to be read by. Don't go away.
The way things going, it looking like 2024 are so enjoyment. Loser said MTN Jack gave it, yeah. The people can't get tired. Momo Wednesday was that la pro. Biggest giveaway is back. And this time they reward 2 plated jelly ring. I said, just to my nearest, let me tell you all the prizes you can win. Keke, motorbike wheeling, helmet, everything, brand new smartphone, smart TV, generator, bags of rice, and a lot of over a 4 more. A brand new 2-bedroom house. Wow. The only thing that people say you must do to win, get that star 156 hash and use your Momo to buy airtime and data, send money to friends and family people, pay your bills, pay for small things like gas, food stuff, or any other thing. Then you will get points. With your points, you can enter the weekly draw and also use it to get data or calls. That's what everybody can win. No pick and choose, yeah?
Yes, Momo Western WhatsApp show is back. Dial star 156 hash to transact and earn points on every Momo transaction and redeem them for airtime, data, or cash. Each transaction enters you into the weekly draw for amazing prizes where you can win keke, generators, smartphones, cash prizes, and a grand prize of a brand new 2-bedroom house. So quickly dial star 156 hash to transact and win now.
MTN.
Manual, but are already on the payroll. Identify and collect pertinent missing employee data to update the relevant fields on the payroll. Remove ghost names, illegitimate employees, and double dippers from the national payroll. Today, the CSA is pleased to announce the first progressive report affecting 10 spending entities. The National Wash and Hygiene Commission, simply or affectionately called the Wash Commission. The total workforce of the Wash Commission during the verification and headcount was 82. The total number of employees not verified who did not fully submit the required documents for verification was 1. This represents 1% of the entire. This number represents 6% of the entire workforce. The total number of employees who did not show up, meaning they were not verified, no show, was 11. This number represents 3% of the workforce. The total number of employees who were not verified was 8, and the number represents 2% of the entire workforce. The total number of employees verified was 351. This number represents 89% of the workforce. Ministry of Education, Central Office only, because verification is still going on in the legal county. There were 300 employees that show up for the headcount exercise, and the number represents 89% of the entire workforce at the central. The total number of employees on study leave with no evidence of gray sheets of documents, relevant documents, was 15. This number represents 10% of the entire workforce. There were 5 employees on sick and maternity leave without evidence of medical reports. So, total employees accumulatively were 304. And as we indicated, the number represents 89%. That's only for central office, so I know people are concerned about the whole Ministry of Education, but Ministry of Education verification and headcount process is still ongoing, like external affairs and the rest of the legal council. The Governance Commission, the total number of employees during verification and headcount was 156. The total number of employees who were not verified was 5. This number represents 3% of the workforce. Total employees verified was 141. This number represents 90% of the workforce. The total number of employees not verified at all who did not show up. This number represents 7% of the entire workforce at the Central Office of the Government. Office of the Vice President and a group of 77. The total number of employees during the verification and headcount was 174. Total number of verified employees was 97. This number represents 67 of the entire workforce. The total number of employees who were not verified, meaning they did not submit required documents fully for verification, was 3. This number represents 2% of the workforce. The total number of employees who did not show up at all, no-show employees, was 34. This number represents 23% of the workforce. 1 employee resigned at the time of the verification and 1 died. So the 2 employees represent 1% of the employees on sick, study, maternity, and annual leave were 10. This number represents 7% of the workforce. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen of the press, based on the outcome of the verification and headcount conducted at the reporting spending entities, the CSA has blocked a total of 332 employees pending further verification in 1 month. That will be from August 15 to September 15. The government is expected to save $161,117.97 monthly and $789,280.10 for the remaining 5 months in 2024. That is when the spending entities concerned work with the CSA to take these actions. That's what the government will be saving. Here are the details of the breakdown of those 2 amounts, the monthly and remaining 5 months. Ministry of Transport, 398 total, 29 employees unverified. The monthly wage bill for that is $12,300. And for the remaining 5 months, it is the $1,502.15. That's what the government will be saving from the ministry. Ministry of Labor, total of 224 at the time of verification, 12 unverified. As a result of the blocking of the CSA for the verification, 4,539 will be saved monthly, and for the 2,600 will be saved for the remaining 5 months period. Liberia Broadcasting System, Central Office, 142 verification. Unverified employees, 7. Monthly salary for the 7 is $1,868. That will be saved. And for the remaining 5 months, $9,340. National Water Sanitation and Hygiene Commission, 82 at verification. Unverified, 8. Monthly wage bill is $4,077. For the remaining 5 months, $12,000. Governance Commission, 156 at verification. Unverified employees, 5 as reported. Wage bill monthly, $5,000. For the remaining 5 months, $26,445. Monrovia City Corporation, 955 verification. Unverified, 115. Wage bill monthly, $26,559. Wage bill
Amount to be saved for the remaining 5 months, $132,786.85. Ministry of Information, Culture, Affairs, and Tourism, $390 at verification. On verify 11, monthly savings 1,972. For the remaining 5 months, 9,861. Office of the Vice President and the Group of 77 combined, 174 at verification, 34 on verify. Amount to be saved monthly, $15,308. Amount to be saved for the remaining 5 months in 2024, $76,982. Ministry of Education, Central Office, 300 at verification, 36 on verify, 6,749.68 monthly wage to be saved. For the remaining 5 months, at 7,567 and 7 cents. The CSA has also blocked 388 employees who are recommended for dismissal, 1 month suspension without pay, and prorated salaries of employees to receive warning letters based on the analysis of reports of the attendance records following the verification and headcount exercise conducted at their respective entities. As I said, the CSA will be officially submitting these analysis reports to the entity, reflecting the wage bill implication. The government will save monthly $373,449.58, and United States dollars $804,632.20 for the remaining 5 months in 2022. Ministry of Transport. Some of the numbers will change because these numbers include the attendance records analysis. With a combination of the verified that I read earlier, plus the attendance records analysis reports. Ministry of Transport. Those to receive warning letters, 130, with their salaries prorated, 8,267 is what we see. Because it's prorated, so we cannot multiply that by the remaining 5 months because it's just for 1 month. We will receive the warning letters and their salaries will be prorated. Ministry of Transport, those recommended for suspension, total number 89. They will be suspended without pay. The salary implication, meaning that will be saved by the government for the suspension without pay, will be $34,470.65. Ministry of Transport will to be dismissed. Recommended dismissal. Total 1. Salary implication, meaning salaries to be saved going forward. If all they are not verified over the 1 month period. Government will be saving $12,386.03. For the remaining 5 months, the government will save $61,930.15. Ministry of Labor, those to receive warning letters, total 29. Salary implication, meaning their salaries will be prorated, and the government will save $1,789.11. We do not have a total because we are not multiplying that over the 5 month period because it's only 4 months. Ministry of Labor, those recommended for suspension for 1 month without pay. Total 58. The salary implication, 2,550 cents. Also, we cannot multiply that over the period of 5 months because they are suspended. So government will only say for 1 month in that case. Ministry of Labor, those recommended for this measure, total 51. Salary implication, $27.85. Multiply over a period of 5 months, remaining 5 months in this year. Government will be saving $150,139.25. We move on to the Liberia Broadcasting System. Central Office. Employees to receive money letter 12. Salary implication, $458. That's just prorating their salaries. So it's for the number of days. And they will only receive the money letter for 1 month. So it is not multiplied over. Liberia Broadcasting System goes to be suspended without pay 7. Salary implication, $2,823.61. Again, we won't multiply that over the 5-month period because it's just for 1 month. Liberia Broadcasting System, Central Office, those recommended for this measure, 3. Salary implication, $986.20. Total, the 5-month period, $4,931. Governance Commission. Those to receive money letters, 19. Salary implication, $2,453.72. That's just for 1 month. Governance Commission, those to be suspended. 2. Salary implication, $397.65. Governance Commission dismissal report tells me that no recommendation for dismissal. Liberia Land Authority. Employees to receive warning letters, 30. Salary implication, $1,810.65. No 5-month period because it's prorated for 1 month. Liberia Land Authority, those to receive suspension as recommended by the CSA, 183. Total $20,192.33. And again, that's just for 1 month. Suspension without pay. Liberia Land Authority, those recommended for dismissal, 69. Salary implication, monthly, for $1,469.19. And for the 5-month period, multiplied, gives you $170,345.95. Ministry of Education, Central Office, salary implication, 142.41 cents prorated. Employees to receive warning. That's just 1 month. Ministry of Education Central Office to be suspended. 3. Salary implication, $722. Again, cannot multiply because it's just suspension for 1 month. Ministry of Education Central Office to be dismissed. 4. Salary implication, monthly, $2,248.42. And for the remaining 5-month period, $11,242.01. Again, as we indicated, the Ministry of Information, Culture, Affairs and Tourism will complete the analysis of the attendance records and do a total, and then officially submit the report to the Minister as their entity in keeping with our established procedures governing the employee status regularization.
So we cannot conclude all of those explanation with Mr. Jokai, but we will chip in a little. Let me welcome my colleague Fan Foma, who have joined this morning. Fan, how you doing?
Well, I'm great.
Okay.
Very great.
Okay, I know you're always great. A very resilient man. trying to do what he can do as always when opportunity is afforded him. And we are like-minded, so it's a pleasure having you this morning, teaming up so that we can afford the Liberian people the opportunity to discuss those things that matters to their growth and development. For my, we're interested to know, you listen to all of the figures from the Director General of the Civil Service Agency. There are lots of interesting meat within what he actually brought at the Ministry of Information press briefing. But we're interested to know there are a lot of Liberians who are disenchanted with the manner and form the CSA is proceeding, because when you say the CSA, directly you are referring to the Director General. He heads that institution. On yesterday, scores of Liberians gathered themselves at the Labor Ministry, putting blockage, stating that their names were being mentioned, and there is this information in the corridors that they will be laid off. You listen to the Director General, he gave you numbers. He gave you the exact figure that will be laid off, people who will be suspended, and the action that will be taken by the CSA through those lines, ministries, and agencies. But what is so sad in here is the recommendation made by the CSA boss towards 9 employees of the Monrovia City Corporation on the basis of social media publication. It was interesting to know that during the past regime, you had Mr. Jokai working within the past regime, and this same Director General now used the social media to express himself on things that he felt that he could talk about within government. Let me place for those of you following us on the live feed, let me play some of the comments he had during his service while in the past government. On December 29, 2017, Mr. Jokai wrote on his Facebook page, Wade Williams, electing Josh Weah doesn't negate the fact that he is incompetent. I want another round of insult. He won again. He posted on his social media handle, the danger of celebrity in power, the case of Liberia. So now, let's understand, a lot of people in government now, when they were serving in the previous government, they used the social media to express themselves. We can record one of those victims from the previous government, in person of Miss Bully, who used to work at the gender ministry. Yes. She's now been appointed at the National Port Authority. Sevegas Basigia, the brother of Rix Basigia, who is now at Nokar. Sevegas Basigia follow up on the social media handle of Miss Bully, Precious Bully, when she was there at the gender ministry. Based on her social media handle, he vowed to see to it that Miss Bully be relieved of her post for her continuous stand against government through her social media posts. And the letter is in our possession, and at the end of the day, she was relieved of her posts. We brought in this to say the President of the Republic of Liberia did say that his government will not be the government business as usual.
Yes, sure.
And business as usual is not just about corruption, it's about these common things things that were seen in the previous government where people went after people because of their stand. People wrote on the social media pages, and the campaign during the campaign period was one of the worst situations we ever experienced in the country, where if you do not go out when the ruling establishment is carrying on a campaign, if you do not go out, you are earmarked and there are punishment. We saw in the same country during the regime of former President Weah, where people were being marginalized based on their political affiliation or ideology, the likes of Mo Ali and others. We saw these same people who were being marginalized in the previous government. They used their social media handles.
Yes.
Now, before you come in, this letter that was addressed to one of the employees of the Monrovia City Corporation. We want to pin it up on the screen here, but the internet is so let me see if I can read that letter out here from my phone. Quickly, let's get there so that we get to the meat of the discussion this morning. What was not right yesterday should not be right today. And what was right yesterday should also be right today. So this is where Liberian politics, I get so confused about it. So Monrovia City Corporation, City Hall, Tottenham Boulevard, that's Post Office Box 9029, Cinco 1000, Monrovia, 10, Liberia. And Human Resource Department, August 13, 2024, Mr. Boy Kwekwe, Revenue Agent / Distribution, Revenue Management Department, Monrovia City Corporation. Dear Mr. Kwekwe, subject letter of termination. Your employment service with the Monrovia City Corporation is hereby terminated with immediate effect. Said termination emanates from your consistent and deliberate actions portrayed on social media by engaging insults at His Excellency Ambassador Joseph Newman Boaka Sr., President of the Republic of Liberia, and government officials, including the government of Liberia, relentlessly without any regards for your official position as revenue agent / distribution of the Monrovia City Corporation. Moreover, this daily distracts your gross disregard for your statutory duties and responsibilities, and among to ethical violation and gross breaches of your duty as contained in the Monrovia City Corporation Human Resource Policies and the Labor Law of Liberia. This administrative action is in consonance with Chapter 6, Section 6.2 Code of Conduct, Subsection 6.2, 1.32, neutrality and participation in strike and protests of the Human Resource Policy Manual of the Monrovia City Corporation and the Labor Law of Liberia, Section 1508, dismissal of an employee, subsection 5C. Management wishes to extend appreciation to you for your services rendered and request that you turn over all properties of the city government of Monrovia within your possession to Human Resource Department, including identification card of the corporation. Sincerely yours, John Cheruk Siapa, Mayor. CC copy and file all DGs, the finance, the HR, internal audit, and CSA. That's the letter. and that was on the request of Mr. Jokai. What have you found to say in the action?
You see, Rufus, I see the entire process as being good. But sometimes when we have missteps and then we are not careful in what we do, it takes the opposite lane. What do I mean? I don't know when we started to consider issues of the social media to workplaces. Because most government officials, most public servants use the social media to express how they feel about issues. And at most time, people don't consider them. I like to pinpoint that particular issue about the social media stuff. I don't see this as being good. I see this as being divisive. I see this as being wicked. Because even Mr. Joker himself, at a point in time,
Use the
he
social
used the
media.
social media to express what he meant. Now we all talk about this country is heavily divided.
Mhm.
You are even adding flame to what you do. You are exacerbating the entire thing. Now, the good intent of this whole head counting, there's a lot of distraction because we are adding our personal feelings to this. I know everyone has the vigor to work, everyone wants to prove a point, but you can't do this. Not in this age. First, let's be serious. Government is the highest employer of every country, especially our country, Liberia.
The all attention is
Yeah.
directed towards government,
Few
and the
days-
private sector is being
The private sector is dormant.
marginalized
It's
and
marginalized and dormant. Few weeks ago, we had former EPS officers. That should have been a wake-up call to the government. For whatever thing you were doing, let's be careful and look. The intent is good, the head count is good, but you cannot get people off the job and then you pointing at social media. Oh, let's be serious. That is being very, very unserious.
And information just reaching us from the LBSN, Francis Pelena, who served there during the past regime as news director. We've been told that he's been relieved of the news director position and sent to HR, a journalist, a seasoned journalist, trained by. He was sent out by the LBS to China and other countries
And
to be
well
trained
trained.
and well trained.
Well trained.
And now, what does he know about HR?
So what's the intent? Rufus, we've been around for a little while now, and we understand government jobs in Liberia should be jobs to just provide your expertise and give the country what the country needs from you. 90 to 85% of our professionals are trained by government funds, are trained by taxpayers' money. And at the end of the day, we push them all on the bus in the name of our personal interest, because I don't call this politics. If Sarafina Ventures should send me to China, I should be able to provide our expertise for X period of time, not because of regime change, or not because you are the manager today and later on another person comes and becomes the manager.
So all of you who work along with me and acquired knowledge and went out to get some expertise.
Yeah, the new guy comes in now and see me like I'm a pro Rufus, and I will enter his camp. And this is how things been going.
And it's also across government right now.
Everywhere.
Transport Ministry, another one. It's a very serious. You listen to the listing.
And the government needs it's a wake-up call for the government. You need to be careful with some of the things you are doing now.
The intent, for my, like you said, the intent is very good, But the approach
is
is
wrong.
necessary.
It's wrong.
Because if you will use social media doing your own term in another government, and action weren't taken against you directly, with all of the quoting of the articles, the handbill, or the how you call it, the decent web bill, all those kind of quotes you've made, they will never use against you. Because you were a professional person working in your space, and the Constitution gives you the authority, it gives you the right to speak out, freedom of expression. That's why you see today people go about speaking. I always say freedom is not free.
No way.
Freedom is not free.
Never.
It comes with responsibility. So, in as much you be given the leverage to speak your mind, you must hold so constant to your mind that you have a responsibility. You have your length. Where your right ends is where someone own begins. So, when you are speaking, you must be responsible in your speeches. Because at the end of the day, the same law that gives you the right to speak, the same law can be used against you in another form and manner.
Now, another thing, Rufus, some of the statements, we should also look at the national security implication.
Thank you.
The issue with Zolizo during the George Weah regime, that had a national security implication. But a mere expression, can you hold for heaven's sake, man? Let's be real.
We were here. We saw a lot of people rain insult.
The United Party, I will single them out.
Former president,
the United Party government used the social media more than any other political party in this country. Individually. Even the Fagon.
The footballing president.
Yeah. They use the social media. And now you are considering the social media to take someone off the job. That decision has to be rethink.
And the interesting part of this, at the LBS I'm looking at, Pelena was one of the staunch, he had a very strong relationship with the higher ups, the likes of Estelle Liberty, Gipro, they are all, bounded. So,
Fagon was a spy probably in the camp. He was on the other side, a little crossover.
So at the end of the day, you taking a professional man from his post and sending him to HR.
Do we consider professional environment at that level?
I said the other time, prior to our election and during our electionary period, I said to one of our friends, I said, bro, as a professional journalist, remain in your line of professionalism.
That's all.
Disassociate yourself from politics because your profession doesn't call for that. You can have interest. Why you think the elections ballot box cannot be taken to the barracks?
No way.
Like we will have centers all over the communities. Why they can't take the ballot box to the barracks? Because that institution is a professional institution and it needs independence.
Yes.
And aside from that, it is not going to identify itself as, because mind you, when the votes are counted from the barracks and it is against the ruling establishment,
it sends a bad signal.
It's sending a bad signal. So all of your is so
against me.
Individually, you have the right to go and exercise your franchise, but as a unit,
no.
As a bullet, no. That's why you esteem from political, in as much you are part and parcel of that institution, you must esteem from that is an ethical standard. So now, as a journalist, that's why we see our media is what it is today, because we have allowed, as professional people, we have allowed non-professionals, people who are not journalists, who did not go through the voice of journalism, to take siege of the media. Was it talk show hosts, political commentators? They took siege of the matter and they attracted politicians to them because these politicians have the mindset that indeed they are doing the wrong thing. So these political commentators who have much information on them go after them, and in return, to avoid them being exposed, they give their handouts. So the professional journalists now see it as a means of all the professional thing in our country is so gullible.
Oh yeah.
When you are doing the professional thing, we are not regarded.
No.
But when we sit on radio, we read insult, we say the worst thing.
The worst thing.
We be called best journalists. We be seen as people who are pushing the issue. We are discussing the issue. So now the media have reached this place. Professionalism is no longer regarded on the higher scale.
No.
Non-ethical things are found in the media. That's how in other professions, even the medical. During those days, you will not hear a medical practitioner involved into politics.
Even discussing politics.
Because they are saving lives. So what if this person, I mean, the analogy, what if this person from the opposite party go for treatment to your hospital? Yeah. So the life is in danger.
In danger. Sure.
There's no trust that you will treat him. You may harm him or harm her because they are not on your side.
On your side.
That's why we say to all professionals, disassociate yourself from politics. You can have interest, but putting politics before your professional act is wrong.
It's wrong.
So this is what is happening right now. The intent is good,
but
to save government from a lot of wasteful spending, and there are a lot of things that you can do to save government from wasteful spending as well.
Yeah.
Aside from putting these individuals down, there are some of them who are there illegally. Yes, we know, but at the extreme wherein these people are doing a job. I listened to Mr. Crow, Minister Crow. He spoke lengthily on yesterday, talking about he have not received the report yet from the CSA, and it is based on the report from the CSA. He's going to make an appeal on some of those names that were captured in the head count that were in around, because some of them were on assignment, some of them were on sick leave, some of them were on so many, even maternity leave. So the CSA boss, you are doing the right thing, but you need to slow down and consciously carry on your duty.
The intent is good, but we have to watch out with the approach that we are using.
And the social media issue has sparked out.
Yeah, you got to get it out.
Something in people's mind that your intent is not good.
It's not good.
They have some levels in their motives.
Yeah, it's not good.
So we need to talk about these things. I think, Mr. President, we say always good morning to you, and you always listen to some of the things that we do say here, and you act upon it. But this is something that we want you to put your attention to. These were actions taken back then in the previous government that saw this government having a one term. Even though you want to put things in order, yes, so that the Liberian people can get on par with other nations, but there are, like you said in your speech to your cabinet ministers. I mean, let me play it for you, Foma, so you listen to the president. Some people have the personal intent.
Yeah, the intents are there.
Some of them have the personal intent. They have the good way they want to do government, where they want to see the Liberian government set in power. But guess what? They have the personal intent. So let's listen to the president, what he had to say to his cabinet ministers. Then we get to open the lines so that people weigh in.
Telling people they're trying to serve the Liberian people. Anybody come with any agenda, you'll be there. But when we find you, we're not going back to the person who recommended economics. It is about time that we know that we're serving the people of this country. It's about time that this is 170 years. Now the people are suffering, and we're here to serve them. I'm not afraid of anybody. God will protect us. So you come to the cabinet, you come with a hidden agenda to do the same thing that you think should happen. With adequate information, just like the way we are going to come behind, we can identify your help, show them what and when you're doing, be careful as for you to come by here.
Personal agendas.
Yeah. He said, when you leave, I don't care who asks for you to come back, you won't come back. You know, Rufus, I sat here the other day and I said, if President Boga was maybe 10 years younger, I think he would have even moved with more speed than what he is now. The entire issue about these issues about people doing things is because sometimes of President Boka's age. And people are using that as a stepping stone. For every part of the executive, individuals have their own ego, have their own things that they want to revenge on. And that's a problem. The country is already heavily divided.
Oh yeah, and we saw that during the regime of former President Weah, where the present Labour Minister was relieved of his post as post and telecommunication head.
Yeah.
Or because
he attended
a function
of the opposition. We gotta be serious in this country.
If Liberia is to move ahead, we need to focus on the real things.
There are too much distraction.
Yeah, there are too much distractions, like you always say.
Too much.
The distraction too much because they did it to you or they did it to a colleague of yours.
I'll pay my debt while I got the opportunity. And it affects the entire process.
Government, like the late James Double will say in his song, power is like a cruel kingdom, equipped to capsize. You have 6 years. Within the 6 years, your interaction, the way in which you carry out your governance process, may give you an additional favor from the people to put you back. And it's on you as able lieutenants. It was based on the action of former President. We are able lieutenants that saw his entire government crumbling in the hands of the Liberian people, because the Liberian people were fed up with things that they did that weren't even in line with good governance. So they saw the need that people who profess to come with equity have now been given the authority to lead. Where are the clean hands? One who comes with equity must come with clean hands. Where's the clean hands? You criticize people when you were in their regime and you said things and you were not gone after. Why now? Those some people were actually gone after and they were taken out of the job. They said when the crazy man go in the bathroom and take your clothes while you are taking bath,
you remain in that room behind.
You remain in that room behind. So because the daily before, that should be something that you should pay back and start. Then there's no difference.
No difference.
We don't have any difference in between the two. When we weigh the issue of wage hunt between the two. Nobody have lesser people.
There is a serious risk that this country could be divided into blue and green.
Very, 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 very serious.
And that is the most dangerous thing. Once the country has reached a point, if not for the CDC or for the Unity Party, you don't stand a chance of becoming a citizen.
Let me just the Liberian investigator wrote an editorial, and thanks to Leonard Dudu and his team for what they do. You know, they are very impressive when it comes to the reportage and other stuff like that. He said the recent decision by Mr. Josiah Joka, Director General of the Civil Service Agency, the CSA, to terminate the employment of several Monrovia City Corporation employees due to their Facebook post made during the 2023 elections campaign is a glaring example of intolerance, hypocrisy, and the danger of weaponizing political power. This development is not just an administrative decision. It represents a slippery slope towards a culture of fear, suppression of free expression, and selective persecution in our already fragile democracy. They went on to say, in a nation emerging from a decade of conflict and political instability, such action do more than undermine democratic values. They threaten to unravel the delicate fabrics of unity we are struggling to maintain. Mr. Joker's action are symptomatic of a larger problem. The selective application of the law and administrative power for political gains, the more reek of hypocrisy, given Mr. Joker's own history of incendiary comments against former President George Weah and his administration. The very fact that someone who once spared insults and refused to recognize the legitimacy of a sitting president is now punishing others for expressing their political belief in the heights of irony and a blatant double standard. Let us record that during President Weah's administration, Mr. Joker was an outspoken critic. He did not shy away from making degrading statements against the former president, and even went as far as vowing never to recognize him as Liberia's legitimate leader. These are public records, not just hearsay. If those comments riddled with disrespect and borderline incitement were not meant with termination or official sanction, why should similar expression of dissent against the current administration be punished with such sensitivity? See, the post we just mentioned, the 29 December 2017 rather, it says, Weddy Williams electing George Weah doesn't negate the fact that he is incompetent. I await another round of insult. See? So these are things that the newspaper have outlined. Somebody who's fighting now, things, statements made by people on social media as disrespectful, demeaning, and so on. Why?
And then interestingly, you want to single out President Booker. You should be talking about yourself.
And you vow during your term that you will not recognize a certain president legitimately elected by the people of Liberia.
And that's an insult.
So that wasn't wrong. Mr. Joker, you are very hardworking. You are doing some extremely good job.
But the experience of which you are going now,
you're putting mud in your water. It's seriously putting mud in the water. So you need to think about it. You need to redirect your course of action, stop the sentiments, and do the Liberian people's job. We know there are a lot of people who are lackadaisical when it comes to government job. We know the facts are there. That we recommended the other day. There are so many things that you people can do. The CSA alongside GSA, you people can work in saving lots of money for the government. How do we go about that? The vehicles that are being used by the people that are being appointed to this position or placed to these positions, you know that they are being misused. You gave them few on a monthly basis to carry on government jobs. Take upon your time. Friday is coming. Yesterday, go to the entertainment centers. You see government vehicles are there
every evening.
Go to Friday is coming. You will see a lot of misuse of government assets all over the place. These are things that you should channel the attention to as well, and not to go after people and at the end of the day adding your personal feelings into the work that is required to be done. Mr. Joker,
it doesn't sound professional.
We are calling on you to redirect your course and do the right thing for the Liberian people. We know you want to save the Liberian government a lot of money, but you know how many Liberians are now going to be put out of job?
And you put the government under serious pressure. Once you do that,
the private sector is not capacitated to absorb these people. So that's how most of the crimes and things that we start seeing, we already have trained security officers who were laid off and they are disenchanted. It puts the country at risk
already.
Now, civilians who are family heads, who thousands of or hundreds of miles look up to, because they were not part of a head count and you have not consulted in depth with those landline ministries and agencies to find an amicable way in resolving the problem, but to put them off job. You know what you are causing? This has a serious security implication. Let us put aside all the torso and torso. The serious implication. Now we will have even more than the protests that have been happening during the regime of former President Weah.
The June 7th. It might be even more. And how many police officers do we have? How many of them?
They are already challenged. As a learning, the entire batch for the sales class of the police were put off. Say in the line that they were not trained properly.
So you see what we are creating for ourselves.
So you have EPS, you have other security apparatus, the police, and all these people were trained by taxpayer money, quote unquote. So if you have these people up, we will soon see the nurses and doctors.
Yeah.
That one, it is often said when you see the dry leaf is an example for the wet leaf.
Yeah.
The fall of the dry leaf is an example for the wet leaf. Now that you think that you have power, power is nothing without control. Let us work in the interest of our beloved country, Mama Liberia. Let us put aside our political ideology, our political or personal gains, and put first the interest of Mama Liberia.
The intent is good, but I think this should have been a process and not an event. You are doing this, yes. You are doing this in bulk, and it places the government in a bad position. We already had issues with debt, domestic debt. Government already owe people for the past months. And then you throw other people off the bus because of maybe some Facebook post or because of head count.
0887-105-105, 0778-665-073 are numbers to call and form part of the positive show right here on Love FM 105.1. We hold no allegiance to any political party. We give equal opportunity to all Liberians to discuss issues of national concern. What is our responsibility here is to create a level playing field and safeguard the civility of the airwaves. So if you think that we say yeah and oh yeah we blowing horn, no. If you think, you must redirect your attention to another side, but not here. What is being said, if the good things are done, we say it. When the bad things are done, we say it. So that Liberians have the opportunity to speak their minds. 0778-665-073, 0887-105-105 are the numbers to call and form part of the positive show here this morning on Love FM 105.1. While we await your calls, let's go for our commercial commitment this morning to be right back. The number still remains the same and the lines are open. 0887-105-105, 0778-665-073. This person always, every time before we even open the line, the person will beep. And I must tell you, if you have us to go after you in terms of knowing who you are, we will request
it wouldn't be good
for Lone Star to take a serious measure against you. So please, if you have nothing to contribute, just leave the line. Don't disturb. That's just all about that. This is about all of us. It is in our interests. These things that we provide knowledge on is in you and I's interest. But if you say there is and let me disturb them because you get money in your phone, you're doing injustice to yourself, all right? So 0778-665-073, 0887-105-105 are the numbers to call. 0887-105-105, 0778-665-073 are the numbers to call and form part of the program, The Positive Show. Let's get to the line and take this caller. Good morning. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, my brother.
How are you? What's your name and you join us from where? Let's hear you.
Yeah, thank you for the show. You are very on, and I want to say thank you all so much. Yeah, my brother is in this country. We are our own problem in this country. We all
Oh my God, the telephone went off. Let me get the charger quickly. Oh man, I hope you can call. I hope you can call the other line. Hope you can call the other line. Let me get this thing. I don't know why you keep doing this. 07786650773. That's 07786650773. Let's go to this line and take this person. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Let's get back to this line. Hello. Good morning.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir. Good morning.
We are wonderful. What's your name and you join us from where?
Thank you for the show this morning. You know, we are the only problem in this country, my brother. Instead of pushing the person who doing well, we always like to call our leader. Forcing our leader, forcing leader is not good. Even in our constitution, you call someone, the person can kill you.
Thank you so well. 07786650773. Let's go back to the telephone line and take this person. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
What's your name and you join us from where?
My name is from the Ministry of Transport.
Let's hear you, ma'am.
Yeah. This is everywhere. Even to the great Ministry of Transport, it was happening there. It's everywhere. So people are put this government into power. They put the government into power. They keep aggressive things to put down family members. Where school is opening, we got what rented to pay, and up to now, even said the great Minister of Transport, I have saw in a group of 711 and one for transport and all twice. So they're happy everywhere, but they're happy on here every day over there to stop. Thank you.
Thank you so well. 07786650773. Let's get back to the telephone line. Good morning.
How you doing?
Wonderful. What's your name and you join us from where?
My name is Nami Fire calling from FDA.
Let's hear you.
Thank you so much for the show this morning. You know, all the talking point you guys have there is very important. So they dismissed at the MCC. You know, it's quite unfortunate for someone who is serving the public space, especially they should know better that they should need to be non-political, because if you are serving there, you are not serving individual interest, but you are serving in the interest of the government.
The national interest.
So that's the government, anybody that can in power, if I just about in power, you are not serving just about that, but you are serving the Labrador people. So you have to work with them. But going on the public media, like social media, and we insult the presidency, you are threat to even the president or even the office you are working in. So they need to take that to mind. You know, even though the government not getting the due process, but they need to really look at that. You can't just go on public meeting or social media and we insult to the executive. I'm not sure respect to the executive. Thank you so much, Money.
Thank you so much, my brother. That's a fact. You know, people use, that's why I always say to people, do not entrench yourself into politics. Remain in your space of professionalism. Let's get this caller. Hello?
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning. Your name and you join us somewhere.
My name is James Lee, calling from England. Regular medical office, the Martin CDC. Thank you for that beautiful topic this morning. By saying the that been dismissed by the Walker-led government.
Hello.
Yeah.
President Walker, please.
President Walker.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. We want to tell President Walker, in case into the country to a campaign saying he's going to rescue the Liberian people. But the message is several times. These people are Liberians. School is about to open. People are sitting on a hot rain, and you are taking break for in more. And we are taking left government.
Okay, since you cannot abide by the rules, let us be civil. We continue to say to people,
there's no way.
There's no way
you can use an insult to advise someone.
There's no no
the
way.
message wouldn't get across. It gets irritating.
You see how politics, when we sit here and we start to talk how dangerous Liberian politics is, it have got across every spectrum of our society to the extent that people who are read, responsible home and people who got a lot of good training, they are turning down on those training because of politics and bringing themselves to public ridicule by raining insults at leaders. These are not things that are called for. So let's go to the line and take this person. Hello?
Good morning.
Morning. What's your name and you join us from where?
Thank you so much this morning. My name is Shedrack Kurt, and I'm phoning you from District 11 this morning.
Shedrack, let's hear you.
Yeah, thank you. Let me use this opportunity to say good morning to my people in Barrow, Maryland County. As it relates to the issue of the discussion, let me commend the CSA boss, Josiah Joker. He's one of my performing personality in government thus far. And he's not only removing costs for our payroll, people who were double dipping, people who were taking huge salary, people who are now working and receiving salary. He's removing them from the payroll. He's creating Sunday paying our civil service. You see, it is a good thing. If you see what's happening in our country today, it's sad, it's pathetic that people will just go on Facebook, write anything they want to write for people, anything on radio without proof, without evidence. And some of us, the best way we feel we can communicate our views, communicate our thoughts or our opinion on issues is to insult prominent people, insult prominent personality. That's how it is. You're in government. They're where you get your children's school fees, they're where you get your food. But the person who is giving you that opportunity, which is not your right, give you that opportunity to work. Because there are millions of years who's not working in government, we can do better people, but because you guys are there today, so you are given that opportunity. Yes, we appreciate that all of us need to work and you guys are working, will not undermine you. But you should do your work professionally. There's a standard in every institution. There is a goal for every worker in every institution, even in the private sector. You don't go about insulting your leaders and continue to do this, undermine that particular institution that you are working for, or in the name of politics. It's time for our country. Look at our leaders today, how they conduct themselves in a terrible form and manner. You get somebody who you guys who are journalists sometimes will demand us to call them honorable people, we take the microphone to the people and just insulting the leaders. And the sad thing is that these people who we should be calling honorable people are the ones who are clearly aware of how other countries, because they travel, they use our money that we are paying them, they travel, they go and experience that, and they see how people demonstrate as a leader in other countries. Nobody will come there and insult our nation because you insult the president, they are insulting the whole nation. So what kind of people are we? What moral legacy are we?
Thank you, my brother.
Our teaching?
Thank you.
It's time. Sometimes if you really want to make it cry. But let me appreciate you for the show. Thank you so much. And we encourage the CSA force to continue to do more.
Thank you. Thank you so much. We appreciate your participation. Like we continue to say, we create a level playing field for each and every one of us, regardless of your political affiliation, your religious belief. Everyone have a level playing field here to discuss the issue that matters to the growth and development of our country. That's how we elevate the discourse. Each time we have these conversations, we allow you to wade in a responsible manner. It is our responsibility as journalists to safeguard the airwaves and provide objective information that is actually in line with our ethical standards. We are to be objective. It is one of the principles that is required of us. We must be accurate. We must have a balance in our analysis. And we must be clear in our messaging. You will not see us as a media institution, this institution, and a representation of this institution will go to a press conference where insults will be rained at a particular official or somebody that is permanent in society, even the least person. Then we allow that to filter through our airways. No, we cannot do that. So that's why for every time you call here, they say give honor to those who honor is due, right? Now, we place these people, we know who they were, and we place them at these higher levels in government. We elected them. For instance, if you have somebody who abuse on a daily basis, and you look at that person, they are not moral wise, they are not upright. And you place them at that kind of position for people who should have high moral standing. The man will benefit from the nomenclature of the office.
Yeah.
Everything that
office is honorable.
Yes. If you take puppy, you place that puppy in a position. That puppy
is an honorable.
Thank you. So let us understand it from that line. This is where we stand. 0887-105-105-0778 665-073 are the numbers to call. Like we said, the intent is very good. We appreciate Mr. Joker for the level of work being done, but let us not attach sentiments to the work that have been given you to do. Yes, this is where we stand. So let's get to this line. Hello?
Yeah, hello?
How are you? What's your name? And you join us from where?
Yeah, my name is Ruth calling appointment from Tingle Village.
Let's hear you, Ruth.
I will continue to call. I listen to your journalist. I can remember because Joseph Baka is president today, or our president Joseph Baka is president today. I was listening to Ranger 6 years ago for abuse President We are even going in power today. They were on social media abusing President We are. Where were you? Just want to manage to explain I said it's making people that how far the country have gone because it's not the person, so the person has not even respect. Your subject thing, and we're not start to try and put going when we hunger. Nothing the person has done for people. Everything person go up. They were talking about somebody go on social media and dismiss it. I will go after them. I appreciate it. Thank you.
I want you understand I was staying here. Now, Mama, let's make it plain and so that the message should go.
We do not support those who insult or those who insulted. What we are saying, we shouldn't be targeting people because of their view on social media. That's one major point we're trying to get across.
So, Ma, like Puma said it, let me add my voice to it. We are not siding with anyone. It is wrong. It is morally wrong for people to insult leaders. We saw this happening. We spoke of it. I, for one, am on record for speaking to the conscience of people insulting their leaders. Because during the era of President Weah, former President Weah, there are a lot of people, even the people that are in government today, they rain insult.
Yeah.
And some of them, we have altercation.
Yeah.
I went in the embassies, I said, and even on their post, I said, this is not right. An opposition is a government in waiting. What you expect people to not do to you, do not do it to the people at hand. What you won't love for people to do to you, don't do it to them.
That's a simple rule of life.
And that's how we say, because it was done in previous government, should we continue that in the same vein? We say no. Let us start to build the morals of our society. Our children are growing up. The eyes are opening to these things. And if we continue as parents, as leaders, to rain insults at each other, use the airwaves. That's why I found all my personal friends, media colleagues, who use the airwaves to rain insults at people, which of course is wrong. We must be ethical. So this is where we stand, man. We have no side. We are not appreciating people for insulting President Weah. We did not appreciate that. We spoke of it, and we are not appreciating people insulting President Boakai because it is morally wrong. We must uphold the sanity and integrity of this nation. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you? What's your name and you join us from where?
Yeah, my name is Ali Fabitola in the beginning from where I call Veronica.
They hear you, my brother.
Let me say thanks to you this morning for your analysis. You know, I my analysis concerning national issue. You know, the country, I always say, people who insult leaders, people are in the private sector, like in the public sector, they don't want really get the benefit of the country. So they come around. I don't think the Baka-led government will let them come doing that.
President Baka, please.
President Baka, sorry, sir. President Baka. I don't think President Baka-led government will let them come doing that. If you do insert in the past, and then they give you job or they open radio station for you, or they buy you big cars, you ride it all around, and you see, and benefit for inserting other people. I don't think President Baka government will be able to control. People beg about free speech. Since President Baka come to power, are you ever see or hear a government pushing any radio station that people sit on radio every day and night is shut. Baka man, President Baka man, President Baka is here. His entire family, are you ever hearing one day they go to radio station? So the freedom of speech will continue. But if you working in the government, for example, you're not believing in the government. Me, I don't see anything in it. Because you know government, the government are criminal, the government doing the government that. And you're not believing Baka, they won't be in the government. And look at you work, you're not believing that place. I think it's all down the work there. Because the place is not conducive for you. We show the power of all of people when they're chasing the military people are not conducive for them. What is they resign? Because they knew within ourselves, not depending on government job. Because they know they learn different things, they can go and survive. But if you know, you not let no different thing, government job depending on, and then you not see government, then you shut it. Then just because of freedom of speech, you be working the government and shutting the government. Because the country now, what a good thing, what a bad thing, what I like President Baka, you know President Baka. Bad day have been a country, good day have been a country. Everybody will put a brilliant.
Thank you so much, my brothers.
If you working with him, you have to believe in the mention that you're beyond the way to go. I see our brother, wow, country now. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for being a part. Yes, 077-866-5073, 0887-105-105 are the numbers to call. Good morning.
Good morning to you.
Yes, sir. What's your name and you join us from where?
Thank you. I join you from District 8.
Lost in Fine.
Thank you ever so much for that brilliant recognition. I'm Lost in Fine for the public. Look, let me say thank you this morning for your analysis and your energy all the way to national duty. Somebody was talking about somebody was talking about freedom of speech, attack on freedom of speech. And I would say over the past 7 months now, unless you will not run out a certain war, inventive war on presidency, but you're still the radio station does that. They do that around here. And there's nowhere in the world or in the bureau here that generally have been apprehended for insulting the president. Just put on film effort in the night. Think you put that in the boat. Put on film effort in the night. And you be young. It will be attacked. I see being in VA. No. The issue of being in government and calling the government criminals. Even the freedom of speech, in that role we abuse it.
It comes with responsibility.
It comes with responsibility. When only you might exercise the freedom of speech, the other men that had the responsibility to exercise will not exercise it. Is that what you mean? When they do the freedom of speech, they don't know Article 15 or what. But they get A and get B. The B say what you say, you will get kind of it. So you won't get account of what you say. We won't see it because of freedom of speech. That only freedom of speech in our constitution. So when I say freedom of speech, then you know the president is meant for God's sake. At least you are lost in time. The believer is for all the money now. I'm working government, right? I can say whatever I want to say. Maybe the government will say, okay, let me in. Or government will say, okay, can't prove it, right? But then when we work in government, you see the government is criminal, the government is this, they please go one side. Because this is not your cake. That everybody needs to take that. So when you are there, the time to they will do our work, and then only radio insulting, they will say that. Then you will say, oh, that freedom of speech is that. One time you will tell the beyond the radio, and time you will tell the go do our work. Time you tell the play on the phone or go on Facebook. You're eating our time, it's paying for our time. And you're using the time. So go in your private life and be free. But then, excuse me, let me say this. We need to respect the law. There's an institution that is responsible for dismissing or investigating first people that about certain part of the law, right?
Mm-hmm.
The ambulance. At the any ministry that now, any ministry that have problem with any employee, when you contract with code of conduct, please tell them to ambulance. Not do the ambulance job. The lineman from the NCC that was dismissed recently, for me, that most of them have been warning that we are friends. I've been telling them, my man, you're paying attention to your job. This job is putting food on your table. School, you're open. But you go to school. You lead the politics business. Campaign time finished. When election time, go for our party. You lead it to your working line. You lead it 3 years. You see at all. They get to me. They are being cut in the web. Then they cry around here. When you go to cook, when you protest, there will people food on your table. That's it here. Figure out a yeah.
Thank you so much. Losing, thank you, my man. Losing, good morning.
Yeah, good morning. Good morning. My name is.
Yeah. You come from where?
I am the National Assistant Secretary General of Press Publicity and Outreach of the Unity Party.
Let's hear you.
Yeah, so thank you very much for your talking point this morning. I've been following and I listen to many of the callers and their counter views and all of that, But here's what I want to see. When you are in the employ of government, especially you are a civil servant, you have to apply because the civil servant is run by laws. You have to know what the laws are with respect to your political participations. Not put aside even the issues of just insulting worker. But your very self, you are violating the very civil servant law that you are claiming to be a civil servant. Their law governs your activities, your conduct within a public space. So if you go to work and listen to one of the dismissed employees talking about he is an ideologue of the CDC, does that give you the right to insult the head of the executive branch of government or the head of the governor of the Republic of Liberia? It doesn't give you the right to do so. You're going to do a work, pay attention to your work.
Okay. Thank you. Oh, yes. Let's get this person. Hello.
Good morning, my brother.
Good morning. What's your name and you join us from where?
Last month to read on for change issue.
Let's hear you, my brother.
Yeah, I want to say thanks for your talking on the discussion. My brother, sometimes it's really bad for me when it comes to us Liberian behavior. We claim to be Christian nations or majority of all are Christian while minority of all are Muslim, but we believe in one God and we believe that our country will prosper. But my brother, we always practice the bad side of life. But other countries, what we want to see them. Look at Ghana, look at Nigeria, look at all those places there. But we don't love to copy what they do. But when it comes to all politics and settlement over our own self, why is true that we want our brothers and sisters and each and every one of us to have jobs to do, but we should know that when you are to a job place, Joseph Burger, our president, Joseph Burger is not the one feeding you. Former President John Weir is not the one feeding you. Whosoever has been the minister is not the one feeding you. You are going there to do your job for your treatment and yourself. So therefore, and you should always also know the job you have. Other people on the side, they need that job.
They also need it.
So you should always, one of the things I was listening to one of the Muslim preacher, he said that whatever you want to embrace God, don't always look at people that are above you. Always look at people that you are above. Then you look and say, oh, thank God for you. We cannot continue to live or build our society in the form that we continue to insult. What are we going to teach our children? How can we see our children to tell them to say, don't insult older people, don't insult this person, or even people who are older than them? Why is true that we know that everyone will not let President
Joseph Yemabwaka. But you should love your country. You should love your country and wait for 6 years. The Constitution gives us 6 years. After that 6 years, we can make the best decision for our children. But you cannot get a job where everybody offer, majority of the people offer, they don't have that job. Then you go, they have the job, then you insult, and then you say you must remain there. Then at the end of the day, you go outside, you say, Ghana day. When you talk plastic outside, they want you, you want that day. But brother, this country, we cannot build this country when we all have a Liberia. Do not come together and build this country. Do away with travel listen, do away with religious settlement, do away with who know you. My brother, some of all, we are here. There is no job. We still managing our lead minimum resources of we had. But next year instead, we are only praying to the Almighty God that the president that we elect should get the right thing. Because when the president succeed, Liberian as a whole succeed. Because we don't able to go Ghana, to go Nigeria, to go other country to get good medication. We will remain right in Liberia to get medication. But the president that you insulting today, the minister that you insulting today, they will be going Ghana. They will be good, they will eat food, they will get a pay on time. So we also pray along with them. Why is true that you don't like them, but you pray along with them to do the right thing, because when the country is moving forward, we will move forward.
Oh yeah.
But my brother, we need to change our mind. We need to get together as one. We don't love President and Joseph Yemabwaka, but love your job you have. Love your job you have, because that is the job that puts food on your table. That is the job that sends your children to school. Why is it true that some of us don't have a job, but we embracing people who have jobs, because when they get a job, when they take their pay on time, they will be able to go to the market to buy salt, to buy ticket. Then right away, you will see the cash flow is moving from one place to another. But when you have the job, when you don't take pay, then we that doing business on the staff, we will not get it.
Mm-hmm.
To send our children to school.
Okay,
to conclude, my brother, for your job, when you get paid, you come to all to move around. So, Liberia, why it's true that you get a job, you make it, you will leave it. You need to step up. Well, all the government want you to be abusing it, let it go ahead. But this government will try to cheat what?
Thank you so much. Foma, I always say to people, right? Information is as much as important as food, water, shelter, and medication. So in as much we have this information dissemination, I always calling on the education ministry to reintroduce the teaching of civics in our school. And to go further to introduce at the senior high level the teaching of our constitution. This will help to redefine the thoughts of Liberians. Liberians will get to know that it is not in your purview to do the things that you know. You are not, if you are given a public service job, it is not the person who appoints you. You are serving the Liberian people. You are serving the people.
You do not owe loyalty to a single individual.
To an individual. You do not owe loyalty. So
that's why we miss the mark.
This is where it is. Most of our friends, if you will do a complete analysis, most of the folks at the MCC, they are more loyal to a party than the state.
Yes.
Everywhere, even the ones that are serving in government, they are more loyal to their party than the state. Oh, that our time, that they want here to hear from Liberia. That our time. Which time? The Liberian people's time, because you have thousands, like the brother said, we have thousands of people who are seeking that position, but you were opportune. It is not your right.
That's your right.
Because you are associated with a political party, so that means it is your enabling right. No, it's a privilege. So at the end of the day, what you can contribute to the nation growth is what is expected from you. But you want to show loyalty that you are so loyal to that party or that individual. So you go above your school. Every profession, every work environment have ethics.
Yes.
Your work ethics doesn't call for you to get involved into something. That's why we want to say to the ombudsman, it is about time you be very vigorous and rigorous in your action, because mind you, the code of conduct is the guide.
The guide.
And this is where you need to operate from. If you find people violating these things, come on,
call in the book, and that's it.
Call in the book. But we sit there, and we loyal to the country is divided. So it's about time that we see reconciliation and reintegration as a form of reuniting ourselves for the forward march of our country. I always say to people, when the minds are developed, the eyes will appreciate the works of your hands. Liberians' minds are not developed yet. We're still thinking kind.
Yeah.
Until we start to build that sense of nationalism and patriotism, we will continue to look at politicians.
And another thing is, our style of messaging is too archaic.
Very archaic.
Very, very archaic, to the point that it gets so personal. I've never seen politicians talk down on each other like how we do.
Let's get more of the calls. Let's get this person. Good morning. Good morning. Your line is so bad, you need to change your location and call us back, please. 0778-665-073, 0887-105-105. Let's chip in quickly with this word from our partner Lone Star Cell to be right back while we await your calls. So we back with it. 0778-665-073, 0887-105-105 are the numbers to call and weigh in on the topic on the discussion, looking at what is unfolding with the angle of the CSA and the mass displacer from the recommendation of the CSA and all of those things. And another thing for just to weigh in, the sea erosion is actually raging.
It is serious.
Take your tour right now along the sea coasts. It was interesting to know that even Sinkhole here, the entire 24th Street onward is wetting away. And the sea is encroaching on the land. And nothing has been done to put up this sea defense. But let's get this person. Good morning. Your line is so bad. I don't know. Janje? Hello? That line is so bad. Just change your location and call us back. It's serious.
This has happened because I used to live around the 20th Street area. This has happened in time memorial. There were houses as close. You wouldn't imagine. The sea had eaten the land space till it is almost getting to the end of the quarter. And that is what's happening. We used to be on the 20th Street area. People lying down in their bedrooms, and the sea comes and undermines the house, and then you see the entire family. This has happened for time immemorial, so it's no surprise. It might even get worse.
We can remember a few years back during the regime of former President Weah.
Yeah,
there was this issue that occurred in the Nukutown area, and there was this mechanism put in place for the sea defense system.
Yeah, defense system.
But now we are forgotten, and the sea is encroaching on the land. Gradually, we'll have to lose the entire seaside.
And interestingly, it is just adjacent most of the mangrove swamp.
Oh yeah.
So that causes more environment. The land space is not much.
It's not much. 0778-665-073, 0778-665-073, 0887-105-105 are the numbers to call. We're still waiting in on the issue of CSA, but we're also talking and chipping through with the erosion issues. It's very serious. And the disaster management boss uprightly said the government is not going to spend a cent on any swamp dweller. Yeah, they're not going to spend a cent on any swamp dweller to get them off, because they themselves will be responsible to cater to their evacuation.
So where does he intend to target if not the swamp dwellers? Because the lands are purely government owned. Now, government should have domain over some of these issues. Let's be serious. These are not ordinary people who go and occupy this land. These are people who have the real catch. There are some instances you see for certain quarters, you see the low-level people trying to occupy. But the real people who got the money, because there are trucks load of sand, of dirt that are used to fill into swamp. These are some of the reasons why we are experiencing erosion.
Yeah. Hello.
Yeah, good morning, Rufus.
Good morning, sir. What's your name and you join us from where?
Okay, I'm Jim Sober.
Okay, Saba, let's hear you.
Hello?
Saba, go ahead.
Hello, Saba.
I guess he's been harmonized. But Saba, call us 0887-105-105, 0778-665-073. You can call and talk about the things that matters to the growth and development of our country. We are discussing the CSA approach, mass dismissal at institutions. Let's get to talk about these things. One of the issues that caught our attention is the one that has to do with social media posts. Some folks have been laid off at the Monrovia City Corporation for their continuous, as it posts, continuous approach, raining insults has been termed, and lashing at public officials. So they've been laid off their jobs. So what do you make of all those things? 077-865-073. Let's get to hear you. 0887-105-105, 0778-665-073 are the numbers to call. Farm by Rufus Divine Cannon presentation on this Thursday morning. Good morning.
Hello.
Good morning. Your name and join us somewhere.
Yeah, how you doing? I'm Harrison Powell.
It's a Powell. Let's hear you.
Yeah, what you guys are saying this morning is true. You cannot be in a system and you accept to challenge the system. Yeah, if you want to be loyal to a political party and then go to your political party headquarters and do your Facebook stuff and leave your government. If your political party comes out of power and you can enjoy the resources of la vida. So even in heaven, Lucifer in heaven. Or when you got to misbehaving, God throwing down. You can't be in a system, you want to destroy the system. It's not good. So if you get your living and you're working with God, yeah, to do what you are in flock for the people of Liberia. And you in a system, and you preaching policy on Facebook. And any government come to power that will do the same. No government will accept people of them. So that'd be fine. It's not old people, just as a program, I'm old people, this, that. If you blunder, if you get you, the government will put it out. If you work with government, two government work. Everybody says 14. Now when you see y'all like we are not working, and we say that witchcraft. Not witchcraft, we are witchcraft to our own self. Thank you, my brother.
Thank you so well. He meant well indeed. He spoke his mind. That's the reality, bro. Let's get this caller. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Yes, sir. Your name and you join us from where?
Well, my name is Andrew Wesley. I join you from Barnesville.
Mr. Wesley, let's hear you.
Well, thank you very much for having me this morning on the platform. Well, I listened to you and your point you are raising. And I would say, if you say that this bread you are fixing, it is not good for your child, it's not also good for my child. Mm-hmm. What do I mean? We're saying the public official then are dismissing people on job. They got people that doing place thinking for the United Party government. They are in government. They're using the real Facebook page, deputy ministers, assistant ministers. They are posting, condemning the opposition, and that people within government, which is civil servant, also posting, condemning the government on things that they believe that the government is in error. Then you go after them. So where's the freedom of speech that we're talking about? How can we protect our democracy? Can we be protecting our democracy through the means of which haunting people because we align with certain political institutions? We see it as wrong. The Unity Party government shouldn't go this route because when Madam Seri was here, she tolerated the issue of freedom of speech, and the former President George Weah built on this and tolerate the issue of freedom of speech. President Weah said there for 6 years, people use deliberate statement against him on national platform, and some of these people were in involvement. They was not dismissed, and today people is sharing the view. You have taken them, or I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed in one of my big brother and friend, John Charles Safa, which is the city mayor of Monrovia. It's unfortunate that Charles will be going this route because Charles is a young man and have a better future ahead of him. But if you be minding the political line and start getting down people, even at the Ministry of Labor, these are things that are wrong. It was wrong yesterday, it should be wrong today. We found it yesterday in the CDC government when they were going after people in the Unity Party for no justifiable cause. We're not allowed them to do the same. We were talking all, but if they don't listen to us to recall this guy, they have options. They need to go to court and use the law, and then we'll see. Because if these people can be fired from job, they can also fire the Unity Party supporters that supported Joe Biden every day on social media, and they're doing government job. Then they are going against the CSA rules. And that's it.
You should be non-political. It says that you should be non-political. Don't get in.
Yeah, but all of them are political.
Yeah. It makes sense. It makes sense. It makes sense.
Yeah, so you cannot get certain group of people, then you'll be getting after them.
It's not just about denigrating. It should cut across. It should cut across. Thank you so much, brother. Thank you so much for your participation. Yeah. If you do not want the cat to eat the fish, the fish should smell. So it's both ways. If you know that you're in the employ of government, it is not only your right to praising. Do the work that is required of you. When it comes to you praising or denigrating, don't get involved because the ethics of the job call for you to do what is meant for you to do. It's not for you to be a cherry squad. Yes, he's right. Let's get to this line. Good morning.
Good morning.
Janje, let's hear you quickly.
Yeah, my brother, thank you for the recognition. For the sake of the library video left, I need a Janje tie. I don't have position on this paper.
Quickly, let's hear you.
Yeah, to be fair this morning, if you have your government job, you know that you're not ordinary person, no move. If you see people put new government to get new ideas to see how to transform the country. So again, you cannot be in a CEO to say, go back there with a city. The reason is in Nigeria today, or Nigeria having Lagos as best capital city, and the state to Abuja. Today, Nigeria has second capital city, but Nigeria right now. Same like when you were following the one more royal, I want made it people get parking here. We need that we'll get a minute to when they go there. But can we add here to the president to transform the country? When we're 2008, when capital was in power, capital city and Banga have to be the seven capital city in here. Capital trying to do that. But if we don't get capital city, so you go in there administer, you go in there will add the best to transform this country. You have to go in there for the sea, to go to ask them to benefit you all. And you say you go to court. Anyway, you go to the court. The lawyer that just joined the case, one day you go back to your power. Somebody already in me around area they want to go and occupy our place. So say they give it to you, you not go there out here, you go there to honor man and to go again, and somebody now be paying you. So go ahead with your court and you'll feel it with. So take it, my brother, for your presentation.
Thank you, John. We appreciate you. Let's get more of the calls here. Good morning.
Yes, good morning. I want to ask a question. When my daughter threatening the city lawmaker, the president has ever dismissing. The last to us they were what they call the going after the fourth one who tried to save it. You are saying totally in Russia. That's just in the country. The not just in the country. Please will not be on the country. Will continue to be the same for it. Thank you.
Thank you so well. Liberians are entitled to their views. And we will say, as a responsible media institution, we are there to safeguard the space from invectives and things that will cause the country backwardness. We will educate people, and it is our sole responsibility to bring out the issues and leave the public to be the judge. So we do not sanction the views of anyone who called in here, but what we do, we try to maintain the civility of the discourse. Let's go to the line and take this person. Good morning. 077-866-5073, 0887-105-105. Good morning. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Rufus.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so Tim Summer calling again from my own residence.
Summer, let's hear you.
Yeah, Rufus, let me first begin to say thank you, Rufus. You know, you are always been bringing things in morality to the discourse. Like one of your callers was saying, some of the radio stations and some journalists, you know, when you do things today, you have to think for tomorrow. Because you could be employed to another radio station that want people in integrity. So now let me reference to some of the radio stations. Therefore, for Freedom FM, the Voice of America, you see how Sekou Sherry abuse people on his platform. You can be a journalist. You have to think for tomorrow. Like you said, that we were doing a service and a constitution need to be taught so that people can know the right. When the right ends, the what Somali right begins. So people need to be very careful. If you have a job, take that job very seriously. Do not use the job and abuse other people. It's not necessary. But you know, over the years, our politicians were yelling people who will use the platform and abuse people and say the person is strong, the person is brave. It's not a bravery. It's being very uncivilized and being very immoral. So I want to tell you, thank you for using your platform to be a caution people when they call you on your show. Let them be very careful how to use your words. Thank you.
Thank you so much, brother. We appreciate you as well for being there with us as always, weighing in on those things that we bring to your attention. Yeah, Foma, it's interesting. Liberians are speaking out. I appreciate these kind of conversations. I appreciate the civility we have. You may have a disagreement, but you can express yourself in a way, in a manner you wish. Somebody will understand. Come on.
You know, Rufus, the radio cut across.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, have a 4-year-old child listening to
thank you
a talk show for his very first time and wants to know the issue. But when you start to throw out inverters, wow.
You know, that's why for my we will try to go back into days, right? Our senior brothers and sisters who are the professionals who we call the media gurus have not done well for the media landscape. Yeah. It was interesting to know that previous government, the radio was being used as a channel for people to express themselves, and in return, they were given jobs.
Yes. Yeah.
When you are vocal, that's why you see a lot of people. I come from a Bangladesh. This one, it started from the initial.
Yeah.
And when these people, I can give you countless names
that I know.
Let me call one. I'll be very blunt to this. Ebe Plaki came to permanence in this country. It was the same Love Radio. Ebe Plaki started his calling, and later on he transitioned to other media institutions. Every morning he made sure he called all of the talk shows. And at the end of the day, he was awarded with a job by Madam Ellen Johnson Sirleaf government. It was interesting to know that some of them, the likes of Mama Sikapa, they became the late James Gray. Those were all people who were constantly calling on radio stations and talking about the national issues, for which they were admired, and some of them were awarded jobs. Now, then came in people who termed themselves as political analysts.
Yeah.
They are not journalists. When they were pushed to the wall, they will say, I'm not a journalist.
Journalist. Oh, yeah.
So, but those professionals who were in the space to safeguard
Yeah.
the stability of the airwaves, they did not play their role. And now they themselves saw that those political analysts were gaining fame. They have a lot of following because our society is so gullible to the extent. So what they did, they said their professionalism, we need to put it aside. Let's put it under the carpet. Let's join the guys in the same vein. We sit on radio and abuse leaders. We say things that are not even factual, and at the end of the day, we will be called upon. We saw a lot of them receiving jobs around here.
And some of them were even senior members of the President of Liberia.
Thank you. We saw them getting jobs around here. So at the final analysis, the younger ones saw what was being done. They said, but then that the same way too. So they jump inside it. Everybody start calling Urbano District, the other person, they will. And the airways were being used as a tool to cause chaos. And it's still being used and have gone from west, that the Congo may say west.
Yeah.
There's no control. And I found at the mother belly of this noble profession, the Press Union of Liberia, we are more like a toothless bulldog. The institution is more like a toothless bulldog. The only time the Press Union come to speak when somebody who have used his or her platform to denigrate other people's personality and have done the worst, and when they are taken to court, we can't, there's a calm down on the media.
Yeah.
So where were we when these individuals were using their airwaves to denigrate people hard-earned integrity? Where are we? And it is still permeating the society to the extent that it is worse that people are using vocal languages. Your child, you are driving your way through, bringing your child to school, and you listen, you want to get information. And at the end of the day, you hear this talk show host raining insults. Now, the media have taken side.
Oh, yeah.
If you are not for political party C, you are for political party P, the media institutions are divided. So you won't have the interest in listening to political party P on a station that side with them. You'll go to party C on a station. So whatever they say that you believe it. We saw these kinds of things happening during the elections.
And even interestingly, there are some officials who are told, do not go to this particular station.
And you will come to understand that even these same people who have been denigrated, they hold in high esteem these individuals who bring them to popular ridicule.
Yeah.
And you who want to be professional by getting sides.
Yeah.
It is on you as a journalist. When you are somebody is accused, you must get both sides. That comes in with the ethical standard of the ABC. Accurate, balance, and you must have credibility. You must be credible. But as soon as I hear this thing on the person, my man, who I go on the radio and start talking all kind of things, and at the end of the day, because you know that you are guilty, so you will want to find means and ways to get me, to leave the topic. You call me for meetings, and then you give me hands, and the same what I was using against you now, I slow down, my tune change, I become a praise singer. So this is where our professionals, our colleagues should come to understand that we as journalists, we determine the course of action. We are given the leverage to speak to the conscience of people so that they be able to make sound decisions. It was through the media. One individual sat in a room and he spelled out misinformation that Rwanda turned out to be what it was. Not like Rwanda killed each other. It is same media that has been used in Liberia to stir our attention. And we are sitting here and allowing ourselves to be used. We hold the public trust. That's why when somebody is discussing issue, they say, on the radio. Yeah. So because they believe whatever that has been said on the radio are facts, so they're wrong with it. Or not knowing misinformation, disinformation have taken center stage of the media. And we are watchdogs of society. But now the watchdogs have turned out to be something different. No. The public is now watching us. You listen to Madam Pele, the orator. She said the media have sensationalized issues. There were a lot of meat in her speech, but we sensationalize it from a 1 point where America was mentioned. What about the minimum wage that benefits you and I, even as journalists, and cut across the length and breadth of Liberia when it comes to the workforce? The increment in the minimum wage. Did we run with that information? We did not run with those information. But we sensationalized our discussion with the issue of America, and she spoke of America, and you know, she had a lot to say. So she admonished us that we should go back and train. There must be a training for media practitioners. We have the RX here, we have other foreign institutions that are helping. And I must give credit to RX and other institutions. And let me say kudos to my friend and brother Sekweni for establishing the fast check institution, where it definitely helped during our election period. That process, it brought to bed the misinformation and disinformation, because there are public officials who said things that were not factual,
far from the truth.
But at the end of the day, these journalists who put themselves together went after and got the facts and reported it. That's how people believe. And that's how the tension in the election subsided. So as journalists, we have a sole responsibility to the state.
Yes.
I may be called here about one politician and gave me one car, he gave me rice, he gave me money. But what happened to the future of our children? Our children's children. What happened to that? If there's something happening with Asylum Metal and the people, now something is cooking amongst the citizens with the Bee Mountain issue. The people started to demonstrate. So if I'm a journalist, I go on the scene to ascertain the facts. Then I come back, Bee Mountain, call me, say, my major leader thing. And I know it is detriment to the survivability of the people. I come in report the hard facts now. I come in read sensational stories. Our Liberian brothers and sisters will be dying of these chemicals that are being used. They will be dying of starvation. The road condition will be deplorable, all the stuff. But I'm talking about that one. Or how a Bee Mountain is doing this, Bee Mountain is providing services, and at the end of the day,
you already carrying off.
Sensational. Oh yeah, my pocket full.
So
independence, the media independence. This is one of the things.
And this is why I always say, I say media owners are some of the blame for what we see now.
But you know, most of the media owners are politicians. So let's get few customers with us. We'll have that another time. Maybe on the flip side today, the afternoon conversation, we can go in there with that. Hello?
Yeah, Jonah, how you doing?
Wonderful. What's your name and you join us from where?
My name is Bill Ruben Congo. I call you from my resident.
Congo, let's hear you quickly.
Yeah, I think one of the reasons why you see sometimes people going on the radio to call people names, then some of you guys can say, oh, you don't tarnish people's reputation at all. We are doing that in general. If somebody, God forbid, is taking me to take my life away, I decide to come to that radio station and you tell me when they investigate. That investigation is going to take more than 72 hours, more than 31 more or 4 more, 5 more. You don't even call me back to tell me how far the media, the investigators are going with the investigation when I'm running. Maybe the person who I brought the complaint against, that person is a wealthy person. They're using every other thing to persuade you to forget about the case before people can get at me. If I can't get feedback from the media institution. You say you investigate me 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, 5 months. I can't hear from you. I'm going to be able to call somebody and say, oh, you damaging people repetition. Then what about my life and the person who the person who about to investigate the case is protecting? So if somebody come with complaint, you say you're investigating. Feedback is one of the most essential things in communication.
The feedback mechanism, you must always be abreast with the happening.
Yeah, very cool. Tell me, oh my man, I'm going to the you cannot exclude me from the information you take it per se. It's the transaction between you and the person who they complain against. And I know that the person is a wealthy person who will use you, God forbid, to back down, and God forbid, to be able to get at me. You think if I have the opportunity to call me, I will not call me?
Thank you, my brother. We appreciate your participation this morning. We are out of time.
Thank you very much.
Quickly, let's take this person. Good morning. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Rufus.
How are you? What's your name and you join us from where?
Yes, Jim Summer calling again. Rufus, you said something that maybe to call back. You know, they always talk a lot of things that the journalists were taking to flag up and for the people to be aware of. That even if they talk about your budget equipment, the salary structure for journalists, all the things were not picked up, but they took up that particular issue about America not paying attention to Labrador, the sensationalized the whole issue. You know, and one of the sessions I want to really give a pull up is OKFN. OKFN always know the guy that fast checking. So if you say something, they put you on track and do fast checking on that. So journalists, you have to use your platform and be able to give information that the citizen will benefit from. And Rufus, let me tell you this story. And a second service said he did a take off from one institution. He said the lady was arrogant and she was loving to her boss, the LRA, the former LRA boss. He went and published a woman's number and allowed people to call the woman radio and even directed the woman off to the public. That you got to take off. What's the fact in that take off that you got that the woman is arrogant, she's stealing government money, and publish the woman private number and start calling the woman radio and telling people to insult the woman. Can you imagine? It's very unethical. Thank you, man.
Thank you so much. Let's wind down on this for the public hearing. And I always love to do this when it comes to our own stand as journalists. We have a creed. Yes, and I'm going to read lines within the creed so that we conclude on today's presentation. The journalist creed says, I believe in the profession of journalism. I believe that the public journal is a public trust, that all connected with it are to the full measure of their responsibility. Underline that. Trustees for the public, that acceptance of a lesser service than the public service is a betrayal of this trust. I believe that clear thinking and clear statement, accuracy and fairness are fundamental to good journalism. I believe that a journalist should write only what he holds in his heart to be true. I believe that suppression of the news for any consideration other than the welfare of society is indefensible. I believe that no one should write as a journalist what he would not say as a gentleman. That bribery by one's own pocketbook is as much to be avoided as bribery for or by the pocketbook of another. That individual responsibility may not be escaped by pleading another's instruction or another's dividend. You see it? You see what happened in there? So we want to stop this far from what's your parting comments?
Well, Labrador is all we have. We'd like to speak to the government. The stands taking to be a process. We appreciate the head count, but that issue of the Facebook needs to be looked at carefully. Facebook is 1 medium that all of us use to express ourselves and how we feel about issues. And so I don't think personally we should be taking on people for that. And for new public servants, you are there to serve and not to be of public relations. And this is where the ombudsman will surely come in one day.
Yeah, so should we squeeze in this? It's interesting, but we have to go. We have to go. You can join us this afternoon at 2 for the afternoon conversation. We will expand on this. Actually, we will definitely expand. But this person keep calling. Let's hear what he or she have to say. Hello?
Yeah, let me make a point quickly. From district area call phone.
Quickly, let's go ahead now. We all the time.
Yes, no. Some of you journalists in Liberia, they have a special norm that you guys doing. Today, Law FM will come down high on government. The day government starts supposed to give you some gasoline and tea, with some salt.
Yeah, never happened yet.
People will say, wow.
Bro, I can tell you.
It never happened yet.
Come today is the what? The 15th of August. I've been in this profession over 20 years now. By this work, if the day you hear Rufus Divine Cannon being a praise singer to a politician, take this recording and remind me. I've been in the corridors for 20 plus years now. So
thank you. Look, before, let me tell you something. I've been following one of you guys on all of the video station. They get it generally now. That just someone for the overnight. And I would need them. I would be a prayer. What a people Chevy. When you enjoy everything, you come in that half in a bottle bar way. The whole thing. Another one is split away for OKFM. There are great people that say OKFM. I got some down here now for the FM when you're with you FM. No, you guys, it made the tomorrow now without even shutting media people again. They're better doing people.
The public trust is the public trust.
Yeah.
They'll be out of the or the thing. When they only find their own means to start, it's my.
Okay, my brother. Tell me fast, man. I appreciate you. Yeah.
We have spent this back.
Yeah. Like I always say to us, there are two things in this life we'll always be remembered for: the problems we create and the problems we solve. And we must take responsibility of two things in our lives: our fortune and that of our misfortune. Mahatma Gandhi said, and I quote, "The difference between what we do and what we are capable of doing will suffice to solve most of the world's problems," unquote. Look around you. What can you contribute to the growth and development of the motherland? It's not what the country can do for you, but what you can do for your country. In union, strong success is sure. With God above our rights to prove, we overall prevail. With hearts and hands, our country cause defending, we meet the foe with valor unpretending. My name is Rufus Divine Cannon. I lead and other follow. First among equals, of course, I'm destined for greatness. Always uphold the sanity of the media because we hold the public trust. Have yourselves a wonderful time. This has been a Farm Phone Man and Rufus Cannon presentation. Join us at 2 this afternoon on the afternoon conversation. Have yourselves a wonderful and God bless day. Bye-bye.